What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We on this channel do not talk about bolt guns enough. What we have here today is the HÄMMERLI Force B1 with its sexy straight pull action. That's probably one of the best parts. So what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about the brand HÄMMERLI in general, because I think a lot of folks are not familiar with the brand. Then we're going to talk about the different versions of this gun, the features, the pros, cons, all the typical stuff. And at any point, if you think I deserve it, just so you know, you can go and click the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it if you hit that button. It just would be wonderful. All right, so HÄMMERLI is the sister company to Walther Arms. And if you're in the firearms industry, I'm sure you know Walther, 007, PPK, PPQ, PDP, all those great guns. They are the rimfire branch of Walther. Very, very high value. There's some caliber conversion stuff we're gonna talk about. And they have a semi-auto, some bolt guns, some handguns, and they have some other new guns coming out soon as well. Soonish, I don't know when. The chassis on this one, so it's available in 5 different types of stocks, chassis, whatever you want to call them. This particular one is going to be black. Besides this, they have classic brown, antique gray, sports gray, walnut brown. So they have several different colors for you to choose from. The stock back here is adjustable with no tools, so you have a nice little pad on the back to deal with the crushing recoil from rimfire. But there's a little button in the back of the stock. When you push that button, that's what allows you to adjust the length of pull on the stock. And then as far as your cheek riser, there's just this little rubber piece that pulls out, and you can flip it over or flip it back the other way if you want to have a little bit more or a little less rise on your cheek well. Excuse me, words. The grip on here. So the shape and the size and the feel of the grip is very good. It felt good in my hands. I let my 12-year-old son shoot this as well. He liked the grip and everything about it. He didn't have an issue with it. I would prefer to be a little more aggressive. It's definitely not necessary with the low recoil of a rimfire, but I just personally like very aggressive grip. So I'll put some skateboard tape on here or some grip tape or some sort of tape on here once the review's done. Safety on this guy is a crossbolt safety, very standard on a gun like this. No issues, no problems. Slide it to the right, red is dead, easy as that. Trigger, so the trigger and the magazine is Ruger compatible, so Ruger 1022 compatible. So if you don't like this trigger that I'm about to show you, you can easily swap it out with a Ruger compatible trigger group if it's not your jam. But I think the trigger is pretty good. You have a little safety dongle built into it, and then you know, with a bolt gun, you want it to be typically a shorter single stage trigger, because as you're breaking that shot, you don't want the gun to move at all. And this is a fairly light, fairly short for a rimfire. I think it's good, no problem. And I did ask, and you can dry fire these guns without fear of breaking it or anything like that. All right, before we take that break so you can get up close and personal and see the trigger, let me quickly thank the sponsor of this video. And we have a new sponsor. It's Gideon Optics. Gideon makes good quality, affordable rifle and pistol optics. Most of the shooting footage you're going to see on this gun, I had a Gideon 1-10 rifle on there. I also have a ton of Gideon pistol dots as well. We have an enclosed, we have several the new open. We have some larger RMR, MOS footprint ones, some competition ones. They have a bunch of different optics. The discount code for Gideon is Tiberious. I don't know how much it saves you. We're just going to say 10%, and hopefully I'm right. Either way, thank you to Gideon. If you want anything, go check them out. That code will save you a few bucks. All right, sliding on up to the magazine release. Helps if I put the magazine back in first. The magazine was on the trigger guard, kind of like a paddle. The location's like a paddle style, like an AK. But anyway, it's on the trigger guards. Ambi for you lefties and righties. You simply press forward, and the magazine drops freely, very easy. So no issues with that. And always a good thing that it's lefty and righty. Speaking of those magazines, like I mentioned earlier, they are Ruger rotary magazine compatible. So 1022 Ruger magazines, which is great because not only are they plentiful, I have them and I don't even own a Ruger 1022. They're very easy to get. They're super reliable. And there's just a wide variety of things you can do with that. We're going to talk again about the caliber conversion in the barrels here in just a second. But the 22 WMR is also compatible with it as well. So you can fully swap this over from 22 LR to 22 WMR. The straight pull bolt, I want to talk about that for a couple seconds. It is very quick and easy. It's straight pull back and a straight pull forward. When I reviewed, back there on the shelf, I have a Bagara 22 bolt gun, traditional up, back, forward, down. And it was fine for me. I have a little bit of experience with bolt guns. My son does not. He's only 12, and he had a lot of malfunctions that not the rifle's fault, that he didn't run the bolt correctly and caused a lot of malfunctions. With this, he did not have any problems. It was straight back, straight forward, run it like a man, and you're good to go. And so not only do I think it's much faster, if there's someone not very experienced with shooting, like a kiddo or something, this may be easier for them just to pull back, pull forward, and then you'll be good to go. On top, you'll see there's a rail. It's a standard 1913. Again, I had a Gideon 1-10 optic on here. I think that's a pretty good fit for a bolt gun. You could do a 3-9 if you want, or something a little more powerful, whatever you want. It's a standard rail. You can put on there whatever you want. So the barrel. Actually, before I talk about the barrel, underneath the handguard area here, there are M-LOK slots. So if you want to add accessories like bipods, it gives you 4 different slots to add accessories down there. Now let's talk about the barrel. There's good and the bad in the barrel. As far as the barrel quality, is very good. 16 inches. It has some sort of nitrite finish. Being it's a Walther branded product, I expect it to be very, very high quality. I don't know the twist. I believe it's going to be a 1-in-16 twist. That's just a guess based on that's a 22 LR. I couldn't find that information. I forgot to ask. One of the really cool things about the barrel, it's a quick swap, toolless design, quick swap words. So this collar on the base of the barrel, you just pull that to the rear, and the barrel pulls right out. So literally within a second, you can swap this barrel in and out. And what we should have is a 22 LR barrel and a 22 WMR barrel as well. So they should have both calibers. The 22 WMR barrel, guys, I can't speak today. The 22 WMR barrels should have been available a while ago. I asked Hammerli about it and they said soon. So what soon means, I don't know. Whether it's a week, a month, or a year, I don't know. But they are working on 22 WMR barrels to go along with these 22 LR barrels. And once you can get both barrels and hot swap them for a gun this price, that is fantastic. At the end of the barrel, I'm sure you see that it is a threaded barrel. It is standard 1/2 by 28 threads, which is great. So if you want to add a muzzle device, or if you want to add even better a suppressor, this would make a great host for both of them. All the shooting I did, the thread protector did not come loose at all. And I will say, a bolt gun with some quiet ammo like the CCI Quiets and a suppressor, that is so stinking quiet. It is fantastic. All right, up here on the screen is the dimensions as far as the length, the weight. Pretty standard for a gun like this, right in line. Price, again, very, very good value. The MSRP is $650, but I looked right before I did this video, and the street price right now is sub $600. So if you're looking for a little 22 plinking gun, squirrel gun, raccoon, whatever you're gonna use it for, sub $600, you get a lot of cool features and a lot of value on a gun like this. All right, let's talk about the testing. So I've had this rifle for several months, brought it to the range quite a few times, and myself, I put around 400 to 500 rounds somewhere in that area through it. My son put a couple hundred rounds through it as well. I don't keep track of him, but he likes to drain my 22 ammo. And then my good friend Raynon at Anvil Media, the best marketing and media company in the gun industry, he put a few magazines through it as well. No problems, no issues, no malfunctions. Even with rimfire, which tends to be a little bit more finicky, I had 0 malfunctions. We tried 4 or 5 different types of ammo, Aguila, we had some Thunderbolt, CCI, several different types, several different grains, did not have any malfunctions then. We did some shooting from a barricade, some shooting from a bench. We shot it out to 200 yards. I know at this point I'm pretty much a sniper and I should just, I'm not even gonna make the joke, I'm not. But we shot it out to 200 yards on a good sized target and we were able to get hits pretty easily. So for me and my skills, I'm quite happy with that on a 22 LR. But all the shooting, again, no problems, no issues, no malfunctions. And the one thing that stood out more than anything else is that it's very, very quick. With my average bolt gun skills, it was very, very quick. Unloading and reloading the gun, which is fantastic. All right, biggest pro for me is going to be the value. What you get in the features and the quality from a good company like this for the money is top notch. Sub 600 bucks with all the features we mentioned, that's great. Like the adjustable stock, the adjustable cheek weld, the swappable barrels, eventually when they have the barrels, the swappable barrels, threaded barrel, optics, triggers good, all that stuff was it's just a very, very good value. I also want to mention that it takes Ruger rotary magazines and the Ruger trigger pack, which is kind of the gold standard, or not the gold standard, but the industry standard for this type of stuff. And it gives you a wide variety of accessories. So good on Hammerli just to adopt the most common platform and the common stuff, something that we know is proven. I think that's pretty good. Overall, I have no cons. I'm looking forward to the 22 WMR barrel. I hopefully come out with that soon, and maybe a 17 HMR barrel will be really dope when they have the other barrels available. But I'm going to say overall, I think it's my favorite rimfire gun. Like I have several rimfire guns. Definitely my favorite rimfire bolt gun, no question. I am going to do a video comparing the Bergara to this because there's pros and cons to both. I think, without putting any thought into it, I think this is my favorite one. But we'll do a full review and compare them and make sure that's an accurate statement. Definitely my son's favorite gun as well. Every time we went to the range with it, this is the gun that he wanted to shoot. So if that means something from a 12-year-old's opinion, I don't know. Anyway, thank you to Hammerli for supporting the channel for the first time. I greatly appreciate that. Sponsor of the video, Gideon Optics. If you're looking for good quality, budget-friendly optics, Gideon is a great place to start. Code is Tiberious. Most important, thank you boys and girls for watching. If you think I deserve it, click the subscribe button. I think I deserve it, and I think you should click the button. Be good, stay blessed.